Hi, I'm William O'Neill. I'm here to show you how to hook up a solar system to a surveillance vehicle. First things you'll need is a power inverter. I have a 3000 watt eliminator, and I also have a 750 Black & Decker. Sometimes you don't need 3000 watts, obviously. Second thing you'll need is a charge controller. This is a Solar Force 30 amp 12 volt charge controller. This makes it so your batteries don't overcharge on the solar system. Also, here I have a Deep Cycle Interstate Megatron Marine RV battery. This is obviously stores the power from the solar system, and I already have the solar panels hooked up on top of the vehicle. Now, for most surveillance systems, I hook up the solar panels, and then I would paint this black to match this. That way they'd be pretty much invisible on top of the vehicle. Now if I were to stand about here, you can barely see these panels. Now the first step to hooking up this solar array to the charge controller would be to hook up your positive and negatives, which would be your red and black wires, to the Solar Force 30 amp 12 volt charge controller. And you do that by hooking these wires up into here. Okay, now I have the solar array hooked up. This is what it would look like. I've run the wires through this little plastic piece here just to make it look neater and hide everything. And now I would hook up the battery. Now the battery is the same thing. You would hook up the negative positive to the battery, which is the Marine Deep Cycle Interstate battery. Now what I would do, I pick it up, I set it in here, and then this piece here, see it says positive on it, I would put it on the positive terminal. Now this wire leads to the charge controller, and then the solar panels charge the battery. Once the battery is charged, you hook the power inverter up to it, you've got power. Okay, now I have the battery and the solar array hooked up. Hidden, like I said. Now what I'll be doing is putting the charge controller hidden nicely here with the hole I made, and then I'll be hooking up the power inverter. Okay, I'm going to use the 3000 watt power inverter to hook up here. Now you can see there's a red and black terminal just like on the battery and the solar array. You'll hook the black wire up to your negative, red to positive. And what I've done here is the plugs on the front of this, I have them faced underneath the seat, and then what I do is I plug a power bar into this, and then the power bar reaches under the seat. Okay, this is what it looks like all hooked up. Feeds through this hole. Which then comes over to here to my charge controller, which looks all nicely and neatly hidden. I don't have it hooked up right now, but normally I would have about 9 batteries. In the wintertime I take out 8 batteries because there's no need for them in the wintertime. The 9 batteries would basically power an AC system for approximately 6.5 hours. And what I would do is I have a shelf that I've made where I'll put a lineup of batteries across there, and then another line of batteries across the second level of the shelf that I have for the back of the van. These are 3 15-watt solar panels. Now the silver will be painted black eventually. I haven't got around to it. They're secured to the top of the van with these little brackets that I made, and then fastened them to the top of the roof. And the wires eventually, right now I've just got them run through the window here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually drill a hole here, and they're going to come straight through the top of the van. The wires will be completely hidden, and the solar panels will be almost invisible. Well, this is the solar system all hooked up now. Everything's charging. Right now I have it all hooked up to a power bar, which is plugged into the power inverter I talked about earlier. I'm charging my iPad, which I use quite regularly in the investigation field. It's great for on-the-go uploading of pictures and everything that I might need. You can see right here, charging. And if you look up here, my MacBook Pro, also charging. And the camera that I'm using to film this, also charging. There's the cord for that. And on occasion I would use the this cord to charge my digital SLR camera. You know, I could charge my phone if need be. Pretty much powers everything I need throughout a shift. And as I showed you the charge controller earlier, right now it, if you look right here, it says the battery's at about a half charge. You know, that light tells you that the battery is charging. Tells you how many volts are in the battery, which is going between 12 and 11.9. The voltage will drop as you're using the power up. And I also used the battery today to do everything I needed to do. I used a drill today. I used a reciprocating saw. I used the battery and the power inverter to power everything I needed. I never had to plug into the wall at all today. And thank you, and this is the video. I hope it helps everybody out. Have a great day.